What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we have got the highest XG potential tactic you're going to see. A tactic designed to have shots, designed to really extract the most XG out of the actual game engine. If you do enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and as always, you can comment below anything, any video, any rebuild you want to see coming up next. Let's get into it. So then, first up, and I cannot stress this enough, this is going to be designed for top teams. I'm not saying you can't use it with a smaller team, but use it at your own risk, as a little heads up. So first up is going to be a very, very in-form, in real life PSG team, where we are going to come out and win the double, the French League, only losing one game and drawing one game here against FC Nantes, which, as you can see, the other part of the tactic that I do want to show you, you have got to be willing to concede the odd goal here or there. Now, you'll always typically, 32 occasions out of 34, you are going to go on to win the games. And if we just highlight over some of these games, you can see the average of goals is probably looking at around about 4. So I mean, a very, very strong performance. The French Cup, we are going to win 7-0. So again, even in the big occasions, you can go and get tons of these goals being scored. It's as simple as that. In terms of the actual league, we can actually see 3 of our attackers really dominating the attack and stat lines. Well, our goalkeeper's going to be down in third with the clean sheets, which is to be expected with this tactic. We have got 3 players in the assist category, which again is to be expected. Pretty much every attack and element of the game, you are going to dominate, and I'm not being funny, we still have conceded under a goal a game, and we've scored 5.24 goals every single game, close to 30 shots, which is absolutely ridiculous, and the pass completion is actually quite good, because as I said, and I will keep stressing, this is definitely an all-out attack tactic, which is purely designed to try and get as much XG as you simply can. And actually watch this French Cup final, because it was a good game and we can actually sort of understand where the goals come from. Now, one thing that you're going to become quite familiar with this tactic, that's a great goal there by the way, is actually the variety of different goals you're going to be scoring, because we don't have wing backs in the system, but there is naturally quite a lot of width being provided by the attacking players. We do have wide players out there as well, and Doué things, a great player, and a player that I think's come onto the scene and really made a name for himself recently in real life this season. A fantastic talent, as Marquinhos finds Hakimi over the top into Lee Kang in. A great bit of play there. I will say Hakimi actually got some game time, actually playing as an inside forward, which is quite interesting, but we did have an injury, so that is why Hakimi is going to be doing that. That is ridiculous from Hakimi. Absolutely world class, as Pacho is going to get the ball in midfield, driving up into Hakimi, a ball inside, little touch, and maybe a little driven ball in, and again, right out to the right, right back into the middle. And the great thing about this tactic is along that back line, we've only got real, one big risk taker, and that is the player in the middle. The other players to the left and the right shouldn't be attacking that much, so that is one thing that made us also quite defensively solid. We weren't really overcommitting too many players, and this is a French Cup final, which, don't get me wrong, we're not playing the toughest team in the world, but I mean, 7-0 in a final is 7-0 in the final, and Marquinhos goes out in style. Next up is going to be Real Madrid, where we do pull off the actual quadruple and also nearly win 100% of our games. And once again, you can see some ridiculous scorelines, including an 11-0 win against Mallorca. The Champions League we're going to win, the Spanish Cup we're going to win 3-2 over Barcelona, and the Super Cup 3-0 over Barcelona as well. So once again, just really going to show that you can concede goals and still go on to win games. As we are going to see Vinicius, Mbappe, Rodrigo and Endrick score 30 plus goals in the season. 4 players in the average rating, 4 players in the assists, and Thibaut Courtois the same in 3rd place. And I imagine it is going to be pretty much the same. So 0.76 conceded, roughly the same amount of shots, a few less goals in terms of the 5 is a little bit lower, but still over 5 goals a game, and a pass completion of 86.69%. So again, a different league. I'd actually say a bit of a slower pace league where teams favour more sort of possession and control in football. It didn't have an impact on us. We still scored over 5 goals a game. And I mean, this is the game we're going to watch, okay, because it was an 11-0 win, and the XG was 6.45, which is incredibly high for any game, to be honest with you. And it is a weak team, don't get me wrong, in Mallorca, but I think it's important to go and actually watch this game as well, because because we can see where the goals come from, and this is probably the better suited team for this tactic because we have got so much attack and talent, and it's actually going to be Camavinga who is going to be the debut goal scorer, so a great start there very early on into the game. And don't get me wrong, I will keep saying this just because I can see the comments coming, Josh, you're playing as Madrid. I understand that, but this is a challenge tactic, and at the end of the day, you're not going to play a 3-2-3-2 with Luton Town, so we've got to be a bit realistic. Rodrigo down the right hand side again, he is so good in that position, and of course with him playing on the right hand side, we can actually have Vinicius and Mbappe up front, or you can have Rodrigo, Vinicius, Mbappe, and also Endrick. You can have the entire lot. You have got so much options with this Madrid team, and the goals that we score are all so different. A lot of the play can be originally quite similar, so one of the key traits with this tactic is that the play actually starts out wide. Jinx myself there as this one doesn't, but usually the play will start out wide with either the inside forward on the right or the left, and it gets brought back into the middle. But overall, this tactic is, one word to sum it up, would be unpredictable, because whenever you're playing an opposition, this was without even talking about the attacking variant, the defensive variant, just this one tactic alone, it does so many different things well. You can attack in different areas. You've got the set pieces, which I will say are being updated on my Patreon this week, if not worst scenario next week. A new file for every Patreon member, and they are new and improved, and again, they are always used in these tactic tests, to make that very clear. Don't know what Samu's doing there, but we are going to take the goal with Rodrigo. A great finish there into the top right, and we have still got 3 goals to go. And I mean, when you're beating a team like this 11-0, I still walk away from it quite happy, because yeah, they're a pretty poor team, but you've scored 11 goals in the league. That is still some statement to send around. And even people like Alaba, who I'm going to say isn't the most physically fit anymore in terms of age, he was hacking this 3 at the back system very, very well. And Mbappe, you give him the chance, he isn't going to miss inside of Football Manager. A great give and go there. Vinicius into Lauren, plenty of space. Look at the running options. I mean, look at how lethal this is. You have got Endrick, you have got Vinicius, and you've got Bellingham. So take your pick who you're going to play it to. Rodrigo is going to go through by himself, actually. Selfish, but it works. And lastly, just quickly, we are going to go over and test with Dynamo Zagreb in the Croatian League, where we are going to win the treble, win the Croatian First League, the Croatian Cup. We're going to win 8-1 over 2 legs, so that was a pretty easy game, and the Super Cup 6-2. So I mean, not a single struggle in the cups really. And as for the actual league, we are going to be incredibly dominant. 205 goals being scored, over 1,102 shots, which is absolutely ridiculous. Possession 65%, fewest conceded, most clean sheets, most dribbles being made. Absolutely ridiculous stat line. So even with a tactic that is designed to go out and really only go and get you goals, we are also having the possession and also having the pass completion. The data hub, we can go and see 5.69 goals a game, 0.97 conceded, over 30.6 shots a game, and the pass completion 86.71. That is absolutely ridiculous, because we are getting literally everything we want. Possession, pass completion, not half bad at the back, and also tons of goals being scored. It's 3 very good results. Then over to your favourite part of the video, that is going to be the tactic breakdown. If you are enjoying, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you do enjoy rebuilds as well, make sure you are coming over to Daily Josh, because we posted a 10-year West Ham rebuild that was a 1 out of 10 on YouTube, and you guys seem to absolutely love it. So make sure you go and check it out. But to make this tactic, all you want to do is create your own style, and simply let's just go with a 5-3-2 for now, because the tactic is pretty unique compared to any of the default presets. That's one polite way of putting it. And going down to the bottom left, we are going to go from balanced all the way up to attacking. Now this tactic, as I said for about the 9th time of the video, is all about the goals at the end of the day, so expect to see some pretty wild things going on. And I think to make it a bit easier to understand, we're going to go from attack to defense today. So we are going to start off the video by actually deploying 2 advanced forwards. Now again, this is the most meta role in terms of actually going and get goal scoring strikers in my opinion. And because we are chasing a lot of shots at goal to boost the XG, we are going on shoot more often alongside of Rome and also tackle harder. Now, we're not going to do that just on the left-hand side. We are also going to replicate that exactly the same on the right-hand side. So tackle harder, Rome, and also shoot more often. Now the great thing about having these on Rome is they will sort of take up different areas of the pitch, and also we are going to be using inside forwards. So you sometimes see the inside forward actually replace where the striker should be. So the advanced forward could be Roman here, the inside forward would be Roman inside, and that's why when we're playing with Madrid, you actually couldn't really tell whether Rodrigo was playing as a striker or actually an inside forward, which is really good when you're chasing goals. And talking about those inside forwards, we are going to go over and use two of them, both on attack. So again, very direct, very, very attacking, and both of them are simply going to be told to shoot more often. Now, by default, they're going to be dribbling more, cutting inside, taking risks, crossing less often because I don't really want them putting balls in the box, and also getting further forwards. So on the left-hand side, we are going to go and replicate that exactly the same. And when it comes to the midfield, we are going to use two deeper midfield options. We'll quickly just drag that player back into the mix right about there. And we will also drag another player up there. So the midfield does play a vital role in this team. The shadow striker is going to be used as well, just to add another little bit of spice into the attacking mix. And he is also going to be set to shoot more often. Now, when it comes to the left-hand side, we are going to be using a Volante, who is simply going to be set to support, and he is going to be told to move into the channels and also set to tackle harder. I do want to quickly say, if you are enjoying and you do want to get access to all of these wonderful perks, you can come over and check out the Patreon, where you've currently got around about 12 days to take advantage of a 20% off offer, where you get all of my year's tactics, including all three of these today. You get all of my rebuild files, ad-free viewing, access to big monthly giveaways, one-on-one tactical help, and also so much more. So make sure you come on over and do not miss out. We had a ton of people come over from the Total Football Tactic, and you guys seem to absolutely love it. Hopefully I see some more people. And next to the Volante, we are going to use a DM who is simply going to come in on support, and he is going to have a couple of instructions, being told to hold position and also set to tackle harder. So these two players are actually quite reserved compared to the, well, if you want to say front five, and they have to be, because you can't have an attacking Volante or anything too crazy, because the tactic already is so attacking. And when it comes to the back line, we are going to use two default wide centre backs on the right and also on the left hand side, and through the middle we've allowed for one sort of more progressive ball playing defender who is going to come in on dribble more and also set to tackle harder, with a sweeper keeper simply told to be on support. Now, in terms of the instructions, also very important, and I will say make sure you are getting all three variants today, because you do need them, because the defensive one especially was used to seal out some games, so please make sure you are either copying all three or getting all three. The attack and width, we are going to go all the way down to narrow, a very compressed system. The final third, I actually use low crosses, pass into the space, focus down the left and the right hand side. Of course, we're going to have to use shoot on sight for today's purpose, run at defense, the higher tempo and a shorter passing directness. When it comes to in transition, we're going to counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and actually for the first time in a long time, distribute over opposition defense to really try and get in behind. And lastly, for this tactic, the high press, the much higher defensive line, much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and also invite crosses into the box. Now, let's go over quickly and go over the attacking version. Just quickly get it up. There we go. So the attacking version is going to be very similar, and this is purely designed for those that aren't satisfied with 5 goals a game. If you want to try and get 6 goals a game, whatever you wish to do, you can switch to this, and it is just that little bit more attacking. Now, I will go over and not waste your time or anyone's time. In terms of the front 5, the instructions are exactly the same. The back line is also the same, the DM's the same. The only change in the actual player instructions is the Volante going to attack now, really risk taken, moving into the channels and also tackling harder. We've also gone up to very attacking, so pretty bold in that regard. All of this good stuff does remain exactly the same, so the low crosses, the shoot on sight, the higher tempo, down by 1. We are going to double up though with run at defense and also be more expressive, so again, incredibly risk taken. In transition, we're going to maintain this while distributing quickly, countering and also hitting them with the counter press. And lastly, you can't really get any more attacking than what we have done, so we are going to keep it exactly the same as the sort of default version. Defensively, there are big changes being made because we have had to change the shape a little bit, but if you're trying to use this tactic for a general save, not for a little bit of fun, then you are going to have this tactic. Now, there are going to be quite a lot of changes. The sweeper keeper doesn't change. The actual backline, the only change is remove and dribble more from the central ball playing defender. We are going to welcome in 2 DMs on support, both on hold position, both on tackle harder. We're going to introduce 2 deep wingers who still are going to have the shoot more often on, but are now quite deep and actually will act as sort of a block 4 here with the DMs. Both of them are on cut inside, shoot more, and also get forward. The AM, a brand new role on support, shoot more, get forward, roam, and also move into the channels. And the advanced forwards do remain the same as the last 2 variants. We've also gone down to positive. That is probably the lowest you're going to see in terms of attack and outlet. We are still going to have the low crosses and the shoot on sight because it's how this tactic and why the tactics even come about. Pass into the space, focus down the left and the right. The attacking width goes down to not narrow, well, not fairly narrow, but to narrow. The tempo all the way up. The passing down by 1 to shorter, and the dribbling is going to be set to run at defense. In transition, we're going to counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and simply play the ball over the opposition backline. And out of possession, we're really going to pull the line back to a higher with the high press line of engagement much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and also invite crosses into the box. And that's going to give you 3 variants of the high XG tactic. You've got the normal one, you've got the attacking one, and also the defensive one. Please do let me know what you think of this tactic. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you are checking out Daily Josh. If you do enjoy your FM content, that is the home of rebuilds. Hopefully I see some new faces over there, and I'll see you in the next one.